Hello, YouTube. Good morning. James Baker, CPA here. And today I have a great call with a gentleman from Honduras, and he has an online business. He has his LLC already, and he has some questions for me about, bank stuff, tax forms, filing, getting his clients to pay, all the important stuff. It's a pretty concise call. It's less than 20 minutes, it should be. And you watch it at double speed, you get it all. You watch it at slow speed, and we'll go through it nice and slow. Should be a good call for you. And don't forget to file your tax forms April 15th for foreign-owned single-member LLC. You have to file that form 5472. And if you have a multi-member LLC, you have partners in your LLC, that's due by March 15th this year. Those are the main deadlines with the penalties associated with them. So don't forget about those. I have courses and information. You can schedule calls with me in the links below, all of that stuff. That's my little quick ad disclaimer. So let's get to the call now and keep it concise for you. Thanks. Let's get to the call. Yeah. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. Good. And yourself?
I'm doing amazing. Where are you calling from today?
Honduras.
Awesome. Omar from Honduras. So that's great. I'm happy to meet you. So tell me a little bit about yourself and your business, and we'll like get into it a little bit.
Okay. So basically, Top Rate Logistics, what I'm doing is dispatching service, back office, basically for carriers, independent carriers in the US, right? So just pre-book all the loads for them, and basically all the billing. Basically, so all they got to do is worry about the road. I do everything that is the back office, the logistics and the back office. I take care of that for these companies.
Is this for like independent truckers or from?
Yeah, independent truckers, exactly.
They work for independent, so you get like you'll work with like Fred, and he has a big truck and he works for himself, right?
Exactly. Yeah, owner operators. Yeah, exactly. They have their own company, their own truck, and they don't have time to be doing the logistics, right? Because they're more focused on the road. So then they hire someone to do basically what is the dispatching for them.
Interesting. Cool. Awesome. So you have an LLC, you have I guess you have a bank account in the US as well, right?
No, actually that's where I'm a bit confused because when I opened it, the main idea for doing the Top Rate Logistics was for the EIN, because most carriers or what they're saying or what they're telling me is you need the EIN for the taxes, right? For the 1099. At the same time, I started seeing a lot of videos, and I'm seeing that there's also a W-8-BEN.
Yeah, this is really popular right now, a really popular topic, getting a lot of attention. And it's rightfully so, because so the 1099s are like a big push from the IRS to complete forms 1099. And what that is when like, for example, if I pay someone to do something, I need to fill out this form at the end of the year and tell the IRS that I paid these guys this much money to do this stuff. And that's something that's like, it's like most people don't do it. Like it's a lot of people are starting to do it more, but most people don't. The penalty for not doing it is like $100 a form. It's not very much. So a lot of people don't worry too much about it. So the thing is that since you're a non-resident foreign-owned LLC, we actually wouldn't have to give you a 1099 because you would give a W-8-BEN, and then you wouldn't get a 1099. However, it's difficult to explain that to a lot of US companies. They don't want to get
exactly
right. So what you're going to end up doing is just getting 1099s, and at the end of the year, you're going to end up just giving the EIN, the company name, and then they're going to pay you. And then, at the end of the year, the IRS might ask, like, why don't you pay taxes in the US? You have all these 1099s, and you're going to have to answer them and follow up on that. That's how I imagine it'll happen. It's something that's still kind of pending.
Okay, but that'll be something that would affect, it wouldn't affect the carrier itself. This would be on my end, right? Because I'm not.
It's stuff you have to do. Yeah. I mean, what you want to do, the whole point of this is for make sure you get paid. That's what, you need to get,
correct.
Otherwise you need to get clients, you need to get paid, and you need to make it easy for them. So if you have to give them something, whatever, that's fine. And then we have to figure out at the end of the year how you do your reports. And then also if the IRS contacts you, how you respond to that. So you need a good address for that too.
Got it. Now okay, so you answered that one pretty clear. The other question, right? Because I was seeing another video as far as the W-8-BEN. I opened up the Top Rate Logistics simply for two things. One was the EIN for the 1099. The other was to open up a bank account.
Yeah.
All right. Now I tried to do the online bank account, but they didn't approve me. I was trying to do it with Mercury Bank.
Yeah.
What was I was going to say? Oh, so I saw a video and I heard or in the video that if you're doing a WABN, you don't need an LLC. How correct is that? Do I need to maintain the LLC, or because I'm going to be doing a WA?
The problem is, I mean, if you're going to do a W-8 ban, you don't need the LLC, but you need to get paid. So if you're expecting truck drivers on the road to send you a wire to Honduras, there's going to be a lot of friction in closing clients.
Yeah, it's basically right now the way a method that I'm using is PayPal.
Yeah, and PayPal has limits too. Yeah, it's interesting that PayPal seeming to work for people because if you signed up for a US PayPal account and you don't have an ITIN number, in like basically every situation that I've been in this like this, you don't have a US social or anything, right?
No, but I opened my PayPal account in Honduras as a international account.
Okay, so you're paying a lot, like you pay like taxes and stuff on it when it comes.
Yeah, they deduct it whenever I get transfers, it's deducted automatically and stuff.
Okay, so at least you can get paid, but yeah, there's a lot of tax stuff there. If you open a US account, you kind of need an ITIN for that.
Okay. And the other question is the 5472 form, right?
Yeah.
Since they're gonna giving me 1099 forms, right? Another thing is they're paying me in my PayPal account. They're not paying me as the Top Freight Logistics. I just opened that up 4 months ago. When I do my 5472, all right, or when I plan to do it with you guys to help me out with that, the 5472 form, I was reading, you have to do a form for each client. Is that correct?
No, the 5472 is about related party transactions. So for you, all you would really have to do is indicate how much you paid to open the company because it's something you paid on behalf of the company. And it's like, I wouldn't think to do it that way. However, it's really specifically stated in the instructions that like payments to open the company would be included as a related party transaction. So it's basically transactions that you have between yourself and the company. That would be like, usually it's going to be distributions and contributions and payments or whatever.
Okay, so basically just what I paid to open it, and then my understanding is I have to pay I think it's $300 for the state of Delaware every year.
Yeah, and it's $300 for the state of Delaware and whatever you pay for your registered agent, which might be another $100.
Yeah, exactly. So that would be included on there for every year then.
I mean, that would be like the base minimum that if you're paying on behalf of the company, that would be the base thing that would be included. But I guess technically you wouldn't have to file, let's say, for example, if you open up the bank account for the company and you get like $5,000, then you never send money to yourself back and forth and you just pay everything from the company account and you never pay yourself or use any personal transactions. You might not actually have any reportable transactions to report. But generally there's at least something, if you're actually using the company.
Yeah, that was the idea for, like I said, I tried to open the Mercury account, but they denied it because they said I didn't. So basically what I'm in the process of doing now is like an agreement form. They want to see an agreement form between the company and myself that I'm offering them, I guess, service. And then, like I said, my service is no contract because they were asking for a contract form. It's basically an agreement,
Let's do it. Yeah. You need something. Sometimes we have to do that for our clients. Send some kind of agreement or contract.
Okay, I mean, basically that's James. Basically, what I was worried about or not sure about was the 1099, the W-8, the 5472 form. Is there any other suggestions or way to go about it, or the way that I'm going about it is the correct way to do it? That's where basically all my doubts were.
Sure. So I would recommend you could try Relay Financial. I would recommend you keep pushing and get the US bank account open. And then try and use, and then maybe a Stripe account, a payment processor, so that you can get paid with credit cards into your US account. You'll save a lot of money on taxes. I imagine you pay like 19% or 20% in Honduras when it comes in, right?
Yeah, they take a certain amount. I mean, depending on upon the amount, it depends on the depending the amount is what they take.
Is that a percentage?
They take, no, it says the PayPal fee comes in, it's about, I think it's about 15.
Okay, so like 15%.
Yeah, it's in that range somewhere around there.
Yeah, 15% of your gross is a big hit. So that's like a big motivation to get the US account opened up in the US PayPal.
And as far as getting a US account, is there any other banks aside from Mercury? 'Cause I mean, the only one, well, it's not even a bank, it's like an online, I've heard it's not actually in a bank, but it's like an online bank, I guess was what they say it is.
What
Not
bank?
too sure. Mercury?
Well, Mercury is it's an online bank. It's FDIC insured, which means it's licensed with the Federal Reserve and everything. That's kind of what makes it a bank. It's insured by the US government, whatever that means to you. But yeah, it's an actual bank, and they have to comply with a lot of rules. There's another one's Relay Financial that we use a lot, and then there's other things like TransferWise, which is an EMI, an electronic money intermediary. It's not a bank. There's no insurance or like securities to it. It's just something that'll kind of hold your money for you, which are like, not as good, but they serve a purpose, and they have their use. They can be useful tools. Same with PayPal. PayPal's not a bank. It's like a money intermediary. It's a payment processor as well.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
like, yeah, Mercury is a real bank. I would just push and finish the contract and sign it and just do it.
That's the best way to go about it, right? Basically.
Yeah, it's gonna be the best way to do it.
So basically then the way I'm doing it, so the LLC is recommendable to keep using it, right? Not to close it, because I was like, well, if I don't need it, why am I going to be paying this every year for,
Well, I mean, it
if-
depends how much money you're making and if it's worth saving that 15%. If you can get paid and pay 2% or 3% instead of 15%, and you make $100,000, the difference is going to be $13,000 or $14,000.
Yeah, the idea was because I wanted to have a different option, not just one. Because like you mentioned in the previous, the PayPal accounts, sometimes you might have an issue and customer service for PayPal isn't of best. So you always have a second option,
PayPal's
form
rough.
of payment.
Yeah, I have like 4 PayPal accounts, and then I also have, this is kind of what I do, right? But I have a bunch of credit card processors, PayPal accounts, softwares I use to integrate everything. Like I have a million different ways to get paid I can set up right away. I mean, I'm also I'm a citizen here. I have a social security number, which helps a lot for these things and credit history. But, there's a lot of options available for, people from Honduras as well. They don't have this. Not a lot, but there's some good ones. And, you can keep building on that. And having more ways to get paid is good, important, especially when you're working with, you're working with like truck drivers, they're not going to want to, like I said, they don't want to send an international wire to Honduras. Like, I don't want to do it either. And I know how to. And it's just like,
and they don't have the time either, right?
Yeah, they don't have the time. They're never going to go to the bank. They don't like log online and do that. They drive trucks. So, so you want to make it easy for them. Like clicking PayPal
As
is
simple as possible.
Yeah, exactly. Having PayPal or giving you a credit card over the phone would be like the 2 best. If you can always have them text you a picture of the credit card, give it to you over the phone, and then they can pay with credit too, and they can pay with money they don't even have.
All right. One other question, back to the 1099, right?
Yeah.
If they provide this to me, let's say the carrier, the company, does this affect them in any way? Like, as far as, would
No.
they have an issue because they're giving me something?
It's something they're just supposed to do. It has nothing to do with them, really.
Okay, so it doesn't, basically what I was worried about is it doesn't.
They're just telling the IRS that they paid you. That's what they're doing.
Okay, yeah, so it does not affect their business as far as like, they'll have any issues with the IRS basically because they're giving me a form that's not the correct form, because I know the IRS is.
Oh, I mean, no, it's oversharing. The IRS is gonna be mad. They did their best. It's not there's no problem for them.
Oh, okay, so it's no issues for them. Okay, yeah, that's another thing, because I was worried if they had to do a 1099 and let's say they send me a 1099 and it should have been a W-8, and then the IRS gives them a fine for sending the wrong forms, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's what I was concerned.
That's not an issue. I really can't imagine that most of these guys are doing 1099s, but maybe they are. I don't even do it for most of myself. I mean, I hope the IRS isn't listening. The IRS is a complete disaster right now. The phone waits are longer than they've ever been. An independent study from the Advocate just came out, and there's just it's a mess over there. There's millions of unprocessed returns. So yeah, I mean, just focus on getting paid, getting more clients, and when you have more easier ways to get paid, you make a cute little landing page. They can just like pay you on there, start a subscription, however you want to set it up. Then you can, get more clients, make more money.
Okay.
So don't give up on your LLC yet. Just keep following up with Mercury, even if you have to make a stupid contract and sign it with your buddy and send it to him or something, like whatever. It's really just to prove that you have clients in the US.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what they're saying. They said it was denied because there wasn't a US client, that they wanted me to provide a contract or agreement, basically a contract. So that's what I'm in the process of doing now. And those were my questions regarding the W-8, the 1099, the 5472 form. Whether it would affect or not the owner operator providing me a 1099 was my other concern, which you just answered as well.
It kind of does. We'll have to. That's kind of like a wait and see thing. But yeah, it shouldn't cause you to pay taxes. It might cause you to have to do other things, but you still wouldn't be paying taxes.
Yeah, I guess basically they want to do them to have it as a write-off, right? Like
yeah, they want to confirm their expense. Yeah, exactly. And it's it's not bad. It's fine. Nothing to worry about.
All right. Well, I don't have nothing else in mind right now, James. Those were the
cool, Omar. When you if you need help with your 5472 filing, we do them. And also I have a course that I made that's really good, really helpful. If you have a little bit of time and you want to save a little money, you can buy the course. It's a great option. And I've gotten good feedback from it, and we'll review it after you prepare it and send it to us.
Okay. Sounds cool. We'll check it. I did see it. I saw the video regarding that. But I didn't proceed. I just wanted to first have the meeting and go from there, see what you told me.
No, I appreciate you scheduling the call, because I'm trying to do more of these calls. I stopped doing them for the longest time, and I need to, get back out there, put more videos up, help answer some questions live, and it's fun for me too. So no, I appreciate you scheduling the call. I got one more call coming up, I think in a couple minutes, and we'll be in touch.
All right, man. Thanks,
Omar. See you later. Okay, so that call was pretty good. Omar has some good questions. But it's funny that I talked to an actual client of mine who's in a similar business in the same country. There's a lot of truck drivers in the US and they need support. And I guess that's being done in Honduras. That's amazing. So the big takeaways here, having more ways to get paid is definitely important and something I would recommend. And getting paid is why you get in, not why, but it's a huge function of having a business, right? And then the 1099s that people send you, that's kind of like a pending thing. It doesn't mean you have to pay taxes in the US, but it means someone's telling the IRS how much they're paying you. So the IRS may have questions about it. Right now, they probably won't, because they're a mess. And number 3 is that you don't forget to file your tax forms every year. Renew your company, file your form 5472 with the IRS. It's a pro forma form 1120 with a form 5472 attached, and then also do your report with FinCEN. That guidance is still pending, and I'm going to be putting up a lot of videos about that once they tell us exactly what we have to do. I'm going to go on wait and make a video about it every day or something. So thanks for being here. Like, subscribe. I will see you on the next call, and I appreciate you being here. Have a great day.